Okay, folks, welcome to the stream. We're going to be doing a little bit more research on Heroes of Might and Magic 7 for an upcoming WTF is, so streaming as usual is probably the best way to do that and to figure things out. I've made a few changes to the way XSplit works, so we might have some weird problems. There's a recent update for it that has a couple of features that I like. I can now run my main audio in stereo, but run my mic in mono and duplicate to the right channel, which was a problem, because I use an audio interface that has multiple channels, so without messing with the mixer for that audio interface, which is very complicated and I consistently screw up, I was like, oh, well, we'll just do a mono then. But now, that should help the audio a little bit. Means we get a little bit more of a stereo feel, should make the music sound a little bit better, so that is cool. Yeah, so this is Heroes of Might and Magic 7, it's not exactly visually impressive, is it? Yeah, if you were hoping for a big visual upgrade, you are going to be disappointed. Because it does not have any of those things. Alright. I've got a couple of heroes wandering around the place. So, oh, Jesus. I've taken so much damage with this faction. This is not a durable faction. I'm playing Dungeon at the moment, and it's, frankly, a bit of a nightmare to not get horribly murdered constantly. I think I have a bit of a even that's not a great army. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill a single thing on the map here. Yep, deadly, severe, deadly, deadly, yep. Alright, we're just going to skip turn then. I'm currently waiting for enough money to get up to City Hall so I can get some cash. The turn timer in this game is not that impressive. I heard it was even worse in the beta. It's been improved a little bit, but it still takes far longer than I would like. If I recall correctly, Hero 6 actually had a really nice turn timer. It was really fast. They streamlined good elements of that game, I think. But then, I know a lot of people did not like Hero 6. I actually was not one of those. I thought Hero 6 was really quite good. But, never mind. I'm also a staunch defender of Heroes 5, which a lot of people also didn't like. Let me know if the game audio is a little bit too low. I have a feeling it might be. Alright, we should really send one of these back in order to try and grab some more stuff. Can I go... I can't really move any further at this point. They're average. I could probably fight them. Alright, we can give that a shot. Except for the fact my hero's too damn slow. Really, like, these areas are now barricaded, so I can't really do anything. So I think probably the best thing to do with this hero is pull them back. And now that I've got a City Hall, I can afford more creatures. Yeah, I liked Heroes 5 a lot, especially with the expansion. Mainly with the expansion, honestly. It sounds muted. It's too low. Okay, let me fix that. Yeah, it is a little low, isn't it? Let's see what we can do about that. There we go. That should be a bit louder. I'm just concerned about the battle sounds being way, way too loud. So, we'll figure that out in a second. Alright, Asbeth learned new spells. Good. Alright, cool. We're now getting 2,000 a day. That should be much, much easier. Let's recruit everything we've got. So many things to recruit. Okay, just... There we go. Dudes. That is a bit better. Did I... Get in there. Thank you very much. 3 assassins, you guys need to be upgraded. I can only afford to upgrade one of them. Alright, well that's a little bit of a better army, but I'll hold there till tomorrow to get some more stuff. In the meantime, that's average, so we'll give that a shot. Alright. I mean, I've got to admit, it's like one of the least impressive looking battle screens that I've seen in the Heroes game. It is worse. Like, I'm convinced it is actually worse than Hero 6. I think, like, they've actually taken a step backwards in many ways. Not ideal. Okay, so we're currently fighting this thing, a Rakshasha, which is an Academy Elite creature. Enemy creatures cannot retaliate, and it's 130 HP per, so... That's going to be a little annoying. Okay, so we're hoping for a critical hit on the Medusa. Get a critical hit on the Medusa, then you get mesmerized, which means they're incapacitated, which is huge, which is why I put Fortune on that creature to try and get that. Not doing too much damage so far, though, are we? They're gonna get in a range next turn, I think. Back off a bit. Alright, put weakness on him, because he's probably going to attack me right now. Wait. Throw, hopefully, critical hit? No, okay, never mind. Alright, at least they're slightly out of range now. Okay, so I'm going to do a full-on range attack. I haven't killed a single one of them yet, so this is not going well. We can get full flanking damage on them with the troglodytes, so I guess we'll go with that. Ow. I lost 5 of them. That's really, really unpleasant. So this game has flanking damage now, so depending on your position, you'll get a damage bonus. And some creatures are specialized in flanking, like my assassins, they get backstabbed. So, I found that was kind of neat. Right, I'm going to put Fortune on the troglodytes and hope for a critical hit, I think, at this point. I don't mind losing 7 assassins, which I probably will from this. I actually probably shouldn't have done that, because now whenever a creature stack dies, you take a morale penalty, which is not ideal. Come on, no critical hits? Disgusting. Alright, I'm gonna get my entire army murdered now, which is not brilliant. Let's, I kind of wish that didn't happen. I need my archers the hell out of the way. So I'm relying on my troglodytes getting a crit here, because otherwise I might lose this fight. Okay, some damage done. And that's the Death Cloak, which is a... You can get unique support units now per faction. This is one of them, the Faceless, and it's like a healer, kind of. So it's sort of like the medical tent, but it puts a Death Cloak on a random character, and it explodes when it takes damage, and you can upgrade it as well, which I thought was kind of cool. Oh yeah, of course. I should have been using hero attacks. I have an upgrade, which lets me stop an enemy from retaliating. At least you'd think it would. It's like, retaliate yes. I'm like, what do you mean retaliate yes? I put confusion on it. You shouldn't be able to retaliate. But apparently he can, for some reason. I don't know why that is. But, great. This game does a really bad job of telling you what's going on. It's like, well, you put confusion on them. That's amazing. That means they can't retaliate. Actually, no. For some reason, that's not true at all. And it's definitely true on undead, because they're immune to mind control effects, but I have yet to figure out exactly why it doesn't work on this guy. I have no idea. Yeah, they reused a lot of stuff, like a lot of terrain models. I wish they'd reused a bunch of models from Hero 6, because the models in this game are nowhere near as great. There's a lot less detail on them. Alright, I got us an Expert Arcane Shrine, which is pretty good, and some gold, which we desperately need at the moment. Apparently I don't meet the requirements yet, because I haven't leveled up my magic high enough. No, Lord knows what the requirements actually are! You don't fulfill the requirements. Could you tell me what those requirements are? No, we're not going to do that. So if we head to the skill screen, I can maybe get something of an idea. I'm going to assume... It's like, well... I don't even have arcane magic on my list here for skills, so I literally have no idea what the requirements are for that. Which is just bonkers. See if I've got any information here. God, the stat screen is a nightmare. Yeah, arcane knowledge, by the looks of it. Is it? I mean, I don't know. Is that what I need in order to get the spells from this Expert Arcane Shrine? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So, you know, this game does a pretty piss-poor job of communicating concepts sometimes, I have to admit. I've got a silence detection thing on XSplit at the moment, so I'm still trying to figure that out. Every time I speak, it comes in a little sharp. It's got a little bit too much attack on it. I might just turn that off, because, like, I don't think I have enough background noise for it to really matter. I don't know if I can do that mid-stream, though. Probably not. Actually, I can turn it off. Okay. Silence detection is now off, so that should go away. I was just experimenting with it. The stream isn't capturing my cursor. I actually have no idea why that is, because I'm pretty sure I hadn't turned that off. Let me check. XSplit's probably changed some shit again. Check my game capture. It's got show mouse on, so it must be game specific. Maybe let me see. Can I turn hardware cursor on or off? Nope. Cursor destination? No, that's not it. Yeah, I actually have no idea why it's not showing the cursor. That seems like a very weird game-specific thing. I don't see that option anywhere. Yep, sorry, there's not much I can do about that. Alright, go to town. We need to upgrade these assassins. 2 shades. Still not a brilliant army. Not raising anywhere near enough money to actually afford everything every week. But recruit a bunch of dudes. Get them in the army. At least I got 6 Medusas. That should be helpful. Get in there. Alright. She should be able to fight now, at least. Okay, go find something to murder. What can we kill with this army? Modest chance of getting that. Alright, sure, I'm up for that. If I cast Melissa's Temptation, I might have a better chance of them joining me. Yes, we'll see. Okay, so I don't fulfill the requirements for that. Most of my army's dead. Can't fight that. Can't fight that. I absolutely could use that gold mine. I could get some wood. That's nice. Yeah. This is the dungeon faction. I believe there are 6 factions. Academy, Haven, Stronghold, Dungeon, Necropolis, and one other thing whose name escapes me. The Inferno is missing, which is kind of annoying because I thought the Inferno faction was awesome. Apparently, people wanted Dungeon instead of Inferno. I actually am finding the Dungeon faction to be a bit boring, so it's really a shame that they decided to do that. I used most of my magic to cast that, didn't I? Alright, well, we're going for it. 121 shades. It's in 1 stack. So, hopefully, I can stop this guy from moving with my Medusas, because if not, I'm going to be in serious trouble. Oh my god, I have no mana! Oh, this is bad news. Ah! Critical hit. Awesome. That's exactly what we needed. So that's going to stop him moving next turn. That's a big deal. So I can move into backstab position. Okay, we get to move again. That's very nice. So we're going to go for full backstab on this guy. And we can kill a bunch of them. Critical hit there too. Very nice. Hard to complain. We'll do a hero attack for confusion, maybe? Oh, that's my other hero. Move the troglodytes. Okay, so these guys shouldn't be able to attack this turn, so we can just maul them. What? I'm sorry, but what the fuck? Like, they were supposed to be fucking immobilized. Why were they... God, I hate this game. So there's a bunch of effects and debuffs and all that sort of thing, and the game just completely ignores them half the time. What? What? Is that AoE? No, it's not AoE. How the fuck did those guys die? God fucking damn it. I am flabbergasted. I have no idea why that happened. Oh, it's unpolished as hell, there's no doubt. This is not an AoE attack. Like, under nowhere does it say this is area of effect. So I have no idea why those dudes died. I have no idea why my incapacitation isn't working. I don't have a fucking clue. It might just be... It may be removed on damage, but it doesn't say that. Well, unlost 43 fucking shades from that. Never mind. They're easy to replace. I get 40 of those a week, so... At least I can get... Oh, that is a major artifact. That is a big deal. Dragon Blessed major artifact. There we go. Let's make sure that the hero is actually equipping it. Yep. Shadow Veil and Asher's Will. Very nice. Oh, it's part of a set. Nice. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Lost a bunch doing that, but that was worth it, I think. And as for you, well, there's nowhere you can go, so you might as well start heading back to the town again. Yeah, the UI is not very well put together. The city screen in particular is really, really gnarly. This is... It's really hard to navigate. It's a pain in the arse, and there's, like, no artistic flair in any of it. That's the main problem. It's just a pain. Okay, what to get? Get Unfathomable Caves for an upgrade here. I can't get the upgrade for the Chthonian Abyss as of yet. I probably just want to upgrade the Shadow Ring. There we go. So I can get the upgraded version of the Stalker, which is the Tracker. Which has armor piercing, which I believe also does a bit more damage as well. Nope, does the same amount of damage. Same amount of everything, I think, with the exception of whatever the hell this means. Initiative. Okay, so it's got a bit more initiative. And has armor piercing, so ignores target's range defense. Alright, that's kind of helpful, I suppose. There we go. It does have a proper town view. I will give it credit for that. If you could ever actually get into it. There we go. So you do have the proper town view, and it doesn't look too bad. There's definitely a lack of animation on a lot of it. Like, it's nothing like the full 3D town renders that were happening in Heroes 5, but it is definitely an improvement on Heroes 6, which didn't have anything. Although I think they added that in an expansion, if I recall correctly. Because people were like, why did you not have this? Are you guys out of your minds? Yeah, the game definitely looks out of date. Like, I do genuinely think it looks worse than Heroes 6. Like, because I think it uses the same graphical technology, but the design of the units in Heroes 6 had a lot more flair, and the animation quality of the units was a lot higher, so the game in general had a better aesthetic. This is not a great-looking game at all. I don't think there's really any doubt about that. No, it definitely looks very, very dated. Okay, we've actually recruited almost everybody we can, which is lovely. We now have 102 trackers. The thing is, they're like tier 1 range units. They barely do any damage. But it's better than nothing. Okay, cool. We have an army of sorts. I don't know if we're going to be able to kill anything with it. There's a dungeon over there I want to run, but it's full of awful shit, and I have no intention of trying to kill that right now. Modest neutral army of archers. We could try and attack that, especially if we get a luck bonus. Yeah, I mean, I have Hum 6. I loaded it up earlier. The game looks... Like, in terms of, like, detail and texture quality, the game is the same as Hum 6, but the unit design is so much more dull that the game ends up looking worse by comparison. And don't get me started with things like combat sounds. They're just anemic. I mean, I still recommend if you're going to buy a Heroes game, buy Heroes 5 Tribes of the East. Like, it looks a bit dated now, and the UI is a little badly designed, but that game just has so much depth. As to why people believe Heroes 6 was awful, I'd actually love to hear their reasoning, because I maybe don't share that opinion. I actually thought Heroes 6 was alright. The forced online stuff was nonsense, and, you know, there was no point in having that, but I didn't think Heroes 6 was bad. So, feel free. You know, if you have reasons in the chat, then I'd love to hear them. But yeah, Heroes fans are very picky. Let me put it that way. They have a very specific vision as to what they think the game should be. I don't think Face of Fear is all that useful here. Let's see, what can we hit them with? Frostbolt probably does the most damage of the stuff that I've got, so I guess we'll go with that. It's such a variable, though. It's 6, that's not brilliant. There's no random map generator, but there is a very well-featured map editor for those who wish to actually make stuff. Okay, so they should not be able to do anything now, so I guess we'll just fire at them instead. And a critical hit as well. God, I hate the so-called cool cam, they call it, is just really indicates how low quality the texture work is in this game. It's not brilliant. Naga Castle didn't fit into the game at all. You know, you're the same guy that went apeshit when they tried to put, like, a technological faction into the game. And they literally had to cut that from the game because they got death threats. Like, I have to admit that I don't have much sympathy for fanboys that are like that. Alright, this is really, really bad. We're taking a lot of damage. These guys can fire twice, and they're getting morale bonuses, so they're getting to fire like 4 fucking times, which is just a nightmare. Here we go again. Yeah, if I recall correctly, they added Conflux for that instead, and it was overpowered as hell. Alright, cool. Incapacitation. We can focus on murdering these guys now. Taking so much damage. But we should be able to finish him off now. I mean, it was a modest fight. I guess it was to be expected. Yeah, I've never liked, I've never really cared about the Heroes lore. Like, the campaigns I always found to be unbelievably boring. To the point where I almost never play them. I just play custom maps all the time. So I have a very, very different view of Heroes as opposed to everybody else that plays the campaigns. Well, I mean, the town screen thing in Heroes 6 was fixed with the expansion. The skill trees... Not so sure about the skill trees. I actually have no idea why my mana wasn't going down, actually. When I was casting that spell. I don't know. That's a bit weird. Again, like, this game has piss-poor fucking feedback on everything. It's really hard to figure out exactly what everything is. What everything does. Simply down to that. It's like, why isn't it draining my mana? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. Not a clue. Why does confusion work here and not here? Don't know. Why is incapacitate apparently unreliable? No idea, because at no point does it ever tell you about that. I think that they do have like a Heroesopedia or something like that, but you can't even access it from in-game here. I think you have to do it, let's see, I think you have to go here, and then click the Heropedia, there we go. Lore and creatures, but like I don't even know if the incapacitate is even listed. Yeah, mesmerize. Critical hit, become incapacitated until the next turn, or until they get damage. Okay, that would be why then. Alright. Fair enough. It would be nice to be, like, told that without having to dive into the creature screen, but hey, I still don't understand the confusion thing and why that wasn't working. Level up, choose new skills. Alright. So the skill wheel in this works like this. You know, you've got your novice, expert, and master level. You have to spend a talent point in order to advance a level. And some guys apparently just can't get to that at all. Actually, yeah, if we go... We get one thing in here. Let's get Alchemist. There we go. I've been working on this hero mostly as an economic hero. And apparently I can't unlock that for some reason. Why is that? I got a skill point. Do you need 2 skill points for this? I don't know. Why? Oh, do I already have that? Alright, okay. Trying to go to master level economy, but apparently this hero can't do that for some reason. I don't know why. I assume because this particular hero has some limits on what he can access. I guess. Good to know. Confusion only randomly works? Oh god, really? I don't know about that. Hang on a sec. Let's go back to the this hero... So I'm going to try and figure this out. It's really confusing. Who was it that had the confusion? It was the other hero, yeah. There we go. Skills, skills, skills. It was Dark Magic. Dark... No, not Dark Knowledge 1. Where was it? Oh, yeah, Shadow of Malassa. That's the one. Confusion. The hero attacks additionally suppress target enemy creature's retaliation until the end of the currently active creature's turn. You see what I mean? Until the end of the currently active creature's turn. Ha. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if that's it. Yeah, that's got to be it. Okay. You see, this is why I do this stream, so I don't say stupid shit in the video. That is oddly specific. Okay, Armor Smith can't really get there. Can't really do much at this point, actually. I think we're just going to head back to base and get some more creatures. It has a use, but you'd have to time your hero attack properly. Because you'd have to have someone immediately there to attack. Otherwise, there'd be no point. There is no tutorial, no. And to be fair, like, even that would be... Because the game has so many different abilities, effects, and debuffs, a lot of that you've got to keep in your own memory. Heroes class restricts what abilities you learn, okay. Alright, we've got 10,000 gold. That's pretty good. Let's recruit everything we have available. And let's upgrade these, There we go. Put them into stacks. Okay, here we go. 128 of those. That's nice. How much cash we got left? Do we have enough cash for a building? We might. So it claims. I don't know what, though. They've apparently fleshed out the Thieves Guild system as well. Like, you can get the Spies Guild and the Hall of Intrigue, which allow you to do plunder and sabotage missions. Was that in a previous game? This damn series is so long that I completely forget as to what was in a previous game and what was not. Yeah, I guess we'll get the... We could upgrade this, or we could get more Trogs. We'll get the Chthonian Abyss upgrade. There we go. So we can now upgrade our troglodytes. So what do they have? With this bloody tooltip thing. God's like, yeah, I could view this tooltip, but I don't know what any of these symbols mean. Come on, let me actually access this. I think I'm probably going to do it through here now. No, it now won't let me switch. There we go. There's Chthonian. But just... I think you've got to click this. Yeah. You can't do it through the tooltip. You've got to go through the little Heropedia thingy in order to see what these abilities actually are. So, immune to earth and naturally blind. Okay. And I assume it does a bit more damage. Not that I would bloody well know. It would be nice to be able to have a comparison screen for that. Do we have one of those? Not by the looks of it. So I guess I have to switch between the two. Alright, well the Chthonian does double damage of the previous one, so that's a pretty worthwhile upgrade. Alright, let's fill this out. Okay. So I want to upgrade the rest of my Trogs next turn before I go out, I suppose. I'm still heading back with that. If I visit the tax collector this week, yes. Good. Okay, on the way. My bloody promo video for this stream never processed on YouTube. It's been sitting there at 95%. What a joke. Okay, I'm actually going to have to re-upload that. You're going to get a little bit of lag on the stream, because right now people that watch my YouTube have no idea the stream is going on. So I have to fix that. Give me a moment, folks. Sorry about this. YouTube's being a piece of crap today. It's like, yeah, you can't manage to process a 25-second video? Are you for real? Apparently they are for real. So it is now uploading. I'm not playing Age of Wonders 3. Like, I don't play games for as long as other people do, because I've got too many other things. Like, if I'm playing old games that I've already covered, then that means I'm not playing new games that need coverage. And I've got way too much shit on my plate right now to be playing old games. I barely squeeze in like a couple of matches of StarCraft a day these days. I'm trying to get everything else done. You just can't do that. Like, it's the job. You can't go back and play old games, really. It's really hard to justify doing that. Alright, cool. Do we have warfare units in this? Oh, yeah, so these warfare units, I don't exactly know what this does because there isn't a Heropedia entry for it. Yeah, I shit ye not. They added in new warfare units, which are faction-specific, and yet the Heropedia never seems to fucking work for them. So you could like, hey, I'd like to know about this. Nope! You don't get to know a damn thing because the Heropedia says so. If we go down here, it has an entry. It's just literally buggy. Like, it doesn't work properly. All this stuff down here, you can read about it, but if I actually click the little thing which says read about it, it doesn't work. It's just going to go back to the page I was at previously. So I don't know what the hell's up with that. The new first episode of the Polaris Civil War has been delayed, I think. There were some editing issues. It's really unpolished. Like, it feels super unfinished. Okay, so what does this guy do? I have no idea. I assume this is like the faction-specific version of the Ballista. Attack warfare unit. It's like, it gives you a little bit of lore here, but it doesn't tell you anything. So I assume it's just... It just attacks based on that. Damage, this stack deals when attacking or retaliating. Yeah. So if this has any special abilities, I don't know about them. So I guess we can buy one of those, or we can buy one of those as well. So I've got a couple of support units there. It is just damn annoying. It's like the functionality's in the game, it's just half of it doesn't work properly, and you have to go digging for it. Which is just silly. Okay, we can go murder them. 10 damage is awful, by the way. Like, I might have to get an upgrade for that. And ballistas were never really great. Unless you had the warfare upgrades for them, so they could attack twice, or you could target the right thing. The nice thing is they can't die, so... Okay, what else can we buy? You need to get upgraded. Look at this, I've got no creatures now. No creatures available whatsoever. Alright then. Well, can I afford to build anything? I don't think so. Probably not. Okay. Alright, so that's all fortification stuff. We don't need that stuff yet because we're not being attacked. And if I recall correctly, in this version, it doesn't upgrade your creature production by having more fortifications. So you can sort of pick as to which creatures you want to specialize in for production. So this is a choice here. You either pick the training camp or the Assassin's Guild, and it increases the growth of a certain type of creature, and it's mutually exclusive. So you can either have more of these dudes or more of these dudes. I chose more assassins. All right. Yeah. I believe you could destroy them in Heroes 3, yeah. As far as I know, you can't destroy them in this. It may just be that the AI has never targeted my support units. It might just be that. It's like, I have not seen a single AI battle try and attack my support units, so it's hard to know. I guess we're about to find out. Alright. Sentinels we are fighting. They are core melee creatures with spears. Simple as that. Yeah, Beta Access was tied to pre-order, if I recall correctly. Alright, 12 attacks here. Let's see what we got. I should have equipped that little thing. That might be useful, actually. We're going to put that on our main attacking unit here, because this is going to make them run away. So we can try and kite them and keep them at bay with that. Oh, nice. And an incapacitation on that, too. Couldn't get much better than that. And we are going to hold. So this is my Shadow Lurker. And it does have a debuff. I bloody well thought it would, but it doesn't say it anywhere. It apparently debuffs them with Harrowing Vision. What does that do? Gets 9 dark damage at the start of the turn. So basically it's a dot. Right. That's not listed anywhere on the creature's entry. That's my problem with this game. There's so much stuff that is not well explained. Alright, we're not going to attack him because that breaks the incapacitation, as we've learned. So we'll go for here instead. There we go. Wait, they didn't run away. In before it only applies to melee. Make enemies run 2 tiles away instead of retaliating. So does that only apply to melee? I have no fucking idea, because it doesn't say! Oh, God damn it. Yeah, these have HP, so I assume you can attack them. It's just the AI never does. Throw down weakness on that. Okay, we can get decent flanking damage. But the retaliation's going to hurt a lot. So I think I'm actually going to sit here and defend for the time being. So why even let you... I don't know. Be more specific, game. Please. Is it too much to ask? Oh, nice big hit. Good, we didn't lose a Medusa. They're bloody expensive. Yeah, I mean, when chat puts it like that, it makes sense, but... Again, it adds to the list of crap that you need to keep remembering in this title. That could actually be very easily explained without having to worry about that. Alright, we'll go for the backstab now. Full flanking, there we go, good damage. I think ranged unit retaliation is in. I saw something involving that. I also noticed there's at least one creature type with range that can actually retaliate if nearby melee units of theirs are attacked, which I found was kind of cool. I'm not exactly sure which one, though. I've only seen it happen once, so I think it's on a specific creature type. Alright, did that upload go up? No, it's still stuck in fucking processing. Great. Oh my god. All I want to do is let my YouTube people know that I'm streaming, and I can't do it because YouTube doesn't... Ah. Everything's going wrong today. Everything. Alright. I guess we stab and kill that, and that'll give them a morale penalty. That's always good. And then we can open fire. Oh, actually, we're going to lose a bunch of dudes. Never mind, those Cthulhu guys are pretty tough. We like that, certainly. I don't really want a retaliation because I don't actually want to lose any of my Medusas. Yeah, I think it could be the Centaur. I don't think it was the Centaurs that did it. I think maybe it's on more than one unit. Let's wait. Yeah, let's go for it. Take a little bit of damage, but not too much. Yeah, I mean, the game just looks gnarly. Like, compared to Hero 6, it doesn't look as good. That's a real shame. I should have just stayed there, actually. I had full flank there, didn't I? That was pretty stupid of me. Well, usually my streams will get on average about 10,000 viewers, like, and a lot, at least 60% of that comes from YouTube. So if a YouTube promo doesn't go up, I lose most of my viewers, which sucks. Which is why I'm annoyed that that promo isn't there, and I can't do anything about it. I've tried uploading it twice, and it's just being awful for some reason. All right, we're gonna keep going with this. We're going through to master level of this. Have we got both of these? I think we do now. So I think we can just learn master level. Increases hero's arcane knowledge by 3. There we go. So, she should be able to learn from that shrine, right? There we go. Ah, nice. Implosion. And frenzy. Some good stuff. Okay. She inexplicably has full mana now. I don't... I have a feeling... No, that can't be true, because why would the Dragon Vein be there? Like, she seems to... Oh, I think it's because of the level up. Yeah, it must be because of the level up she got all her mana back. That explains it. Yeah, so I was going to say, they haven't changed the mana so that it just automatically refills after every battle. That's not true. So, huh. Alright. Well, it's just because they were leveling up then. Nice and easy. Alright, what do we like on units? I think we've recruited everything that we can. We need to work on getting the next thing. Striders. What do I need for that? A bunch of resources. They put a bunch of resources back into the game this time. I don't even know what that resource is because it doesn't give you cost information under the Heropedia. It gives you information here, but I can't hover over because it's stupidly designed. So, yeah. It is one of the resources. I think it's Shadow Steel, I think is a resource that I need there. I assume it's that. Yes, it's Shadow Steel. I have not seen a single place on the map to get Shadow Steel up to this point, so, yeah. That's lovely. Let's get ourselves a Thieves Guild. See what information we have. Oh, God, that's hideous. The frame rate's tanking in this area as well. That's one other thing about the goddamn performance of this game is pitiful, considering. It is awful. Apparently I have the best hero. Actually, no, that's not true. Alright, so they have like 4 heroes each. Jesus. I need to recruit more heroes. The thing is, I don't even have like enough units to kill all the stuff around here, so I don't see the point in having additional heroes, but I should maybe at least have one as a governor or something. I don't have the cash to recruit a hero, though. They're like 4,000 each. Yeah, that's, it's just totally, it looks unfinished, doesn't it? It doesn't fit with the rest of the aesthetic. Like, the aesthetic is all just a mishmash of nonsense. They have this wonderful stained glass stuff on the loading screen and the opening intro, and then they never use that aesthetic outside of this little thing here. You know? What I would like is if the hero portraits were like stained glass, and they're not. Like, the stained glass is never used again anywhere else outside of cutscenes, so nothing looks like it has a unified aesthetic of any description, which is pretty piss poor, in my opinion. Oh, I should actually go to the Armorsmith. I haven't had a chance to go there yet. Okay, we have cash. We have no Shadow Steel, so we're not going to be able to get anywhere far there. Downloads-wise, I don't know. It's like 10 gig, I think. I don't pay attention to download sizes these days. Okay, go back to the town. Also, can you actually deselect the hero? I don't think you ever can. It used to be a case you could just double-click on the town and go back to the town. Now you've got to click on this little thing in the corner there twice in order to get there, which I found rather annoying. Okay, we can actually get the Frozen Sanctuary upgrade for Medusae Sorcerai. I can also build the Dwelling upgrade, so I can choose between either the Snake Tower or the Shadow Steel Pool, so I can either get more Striders or more of these. The problem is that I have no idea how good Striders actually are. So, because of the requirement for Striders, i.e. Shadow Steel, I have no idea how good they are, so I don't want to make this choice yet. I think it's mostly down to the fact that this is the problem that I have with going back to this many resources, because there's a shitload of resources now. I think there's even more than used to be in Heroes 3. Because there used to be 6 resources, right? So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... I think that is still 6, yeah. So it's back to 6. It was at 4 in Hero 6. They took out 2 of the resources. The problem I have with having loads of resource types is that you end up in a situation where some maps don't spawn the resource types at all. So, as a result, you are limited in what you can build. There's probably a Shadow Steel thing around here somewhere. I don't see one. There's a Crystal cabinet. I already have Crystal. Like, Crystal isn't a problem. Where is the nearest Shadow Steel? That's Star Silver, Magic Guild, Gold Mine. I don't even see a Shadow Steel mine anywhere on the map. So, I can't build those other creatures. The only way I can do it is by trading resources very inefficiently to the marketplace in order to get it. This is why I don't like there being so many resource types. I was okay with them taking 2 resource types out of Hero 6. That's fine by me. That never added anything to the game. It's bloody hopeless. But yeah, I don't want to trade resources because the marketplace, like, the actual trading for that is always bad when you have one town. Trading in caravans, trade resources. It's like, hey, I want some shadow steel. Can I have some shadow steel? Yeah, 5,000 gold per. Or I can trade 10 to 1 on my crystal or 20 to 1 on my wooden ore. You know, that's the problem. That's why you don't want to do it. It might be an underground resource. It's possible. Like, there is an underground gateway down there. But it's just annoying to have your tier 2 creatures limited in such a way because they need some obscure resource which isn't even on the map. It's just pointless. I don't see the benefit to it. I've never seen the benefit to it. That's why I didn't understand when people complained that it was removed from Hero 6. It's almost like people were complaining for the sake of complaining. Don't get me wrong, you know, I've liked this series for a very long time, and there were definitely some changes that I hated. Like, Heroes 4 had so many bad changes that I just absolutely despised. Ah, okay, so I managed to learn Implosion, but I literally have too small a mana pool to use it. Fun. I do have Liquid Membrane, which actually doesn't look that great at all. I don't want to use Face of Fear, because as we found out earlier, that's of no real use. So I think the best thing we can probably do is... Do we want to try Fortune? Really, I want to try and weaken his attacks. So I think we'll just throw weakness at him. I don't have infinite mana. As you can see, I've just used it. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Cool, we get another attack. We get an Incapacitate. Not that that's really all that useful. I don't know, actually. If we don't attack this turn... But the problem is that'll attack, and I can't stop it from attacking. So the Incapacitate is now fucking useless because of my siege unit. God damn it. Oh well. Alright, what's the best thing we can throw at him? Frostbolt, probably. You know, I should switch out my artifact, because I don't actually think I have a really good dark magic spell for my artifact to really matter. So I think if we switch to water, like, that's going to improve my Frostbolt a lot, so I might just do that. Frostbolt's so variable in the amount of damage it does, though. Alright. No retaliate. Don't get a good backstab, but locking him down in combat is probably good. It is a ranged unit, after all. Cool, and it still doesn't get to attack yet, which is wonderful. You know, I thought we cancelled the Incapacitate, but apparently we didn't. How is it Incapacitated? We've already hit it. You just said that it cancels the Incapacitation. Ah! Oh my god. Which is true? I don't know. Ugh. If I incapacitate again, and now it's like, yeah, that works now, I'll be fucking furious. Alright, we didn't get an incapacitate this time, alright. Can't get a full flank on him, but never mind. What was that? Oh, he moved, okay. I was gonna say, did I knock him back there? That's a bit weird. Okay, we can't really get a good flank on him regardless of where we go. Hold on a second, did my Chthonians just take damage? Or was that tooltip in the wrong place? There's no combat log, by the way, so... actually, yes, never mind, there is. It's right here. Okay, yeah, my Chthonians didn't take any damage. It just looked like they had because of where the hover over text was. So, for Incapacitate, I guess... if you're able to incapacitate them so they skip their turn... you can then just beat on them after that, and it won't matter. I suppose. That's got to be it, right? That's got to be how it works. My siege unit doesn't have splash damage as far as I know, so it didn't seem like the Chthonian did take any damage. It just looked like it. Oh, that's 1 Shadow Steel. Great. Only 3 more. Alright, we might as well take a Master Level Dark Knowledge. But Agony is now cast on creatures in a 4x4 area. I don't even have Agony. But yeah, so there's actually no point in me taking that because none of my... Although, wouldn't that be... If I upgrade my Mage Guild again, I might get it, so I guess that's not going to be too bad, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this confusion's kind of self-inflicted, but I feel like the game could do a better job of explaining all of this stuff and being extremely clear about what each unit actually does. That would be very helpful. Alright, cool. And we cannot... You know, the turns are processing a lot faster now for some reason. It actually started off really, really slow initially, which is weird because most games that have turn timers generally get... No? Oh, we just didn't... That's because we didn't do the turn. Okay, never mind. I thought I had. Yeah, it's just the level, like, overall lack of detail in general on both the battle map and the adventure map. I wonder what the underground looks like. Will be interesting to find out. Okay, we can kill that to get a Crystal of Power. That's not too bad. You know, might as well go and fight that. It's just, this looks hideous, though. Like, Heroes has generally had a really cool aesthetic, and this game does not at all have that. Oh, we're fighting one of these bastards again. As in the guy that, if I recall correctly, ignored the confusion or whatever. Fun times. Ah, damn it, I should have switched over. We'll start with Poison Sprayer then, I suppose. Well, this is not the hero that has confusion, I believe, so there's no point in trying that. Yeah, I mean, Heroes has always been like a light 4X, basically. It's got an adventure map where you run around with heroes collecting resources, activating various buildings, and defeating monster packs, and that allows you to level up. And you have a town, which you build up gradually, which gets new upgrades and buildings. So you're able to build more creatures and cast more powerful spells and such. And then you can get a second town, a third town, and the aim is to defeat all the other factions by capturing their towns. That's essentially how it works. Nothing too fancy. It's not really like Civ at all. Like, Civ doesn't have these battles. Like, it's more like Age of Wonders. But Heroes has been around for a long, long time. Way longer than Age of Wonders. Okay, we'll just keep him here for the time being. So he's going to move. But he's going to retaliate. I don't want to send our guys in yet. Just trying to whittle them down, really, before we take too much damage. Is that tree stump literally acting as cover? Probably is. So I'm getting a poor damage modifier even though I'm right next to them, which is really odd. Okay, we can go for the backstab here. I'd rather use a spell on him first, though. Let's throw down weakness. And hopefully won't take too much damage as a result. Yep, only lost 1. Good. Damage, damage, damage. Please don't kill my valuable stuff. Thank you. There we go. That went well. We lost 1 shade. That's fine. I can deal with that. I'm willing to accept that fact. Alright, so we've gone all the way through the Dark Knowledge tree. We're mostly, like, working on this guy as a magic user. So I guess we'd just, like, start getting a bunch more magic skills. There we go. I wonder what, magic type that... Maybe it's just... Yeah, I guess it's just down to hero type. Must be. Because I can do Dark Magic, Prime, Earth, and those are the 3 magic types that this guy can do. But in my spellbook, I have Water and Fire as well. So I guess it's got to be faction and hero specific. Alright, let's swap out this then. Because I'm not even doing damage with dark spells right now, so there's no reason for me to be using this. But I am trying to use my water spells on a fairly consistent basis, so... That's good. We should run back to the Dragon Vein to get a bunch more mana. Alright, let's see what we can get at town. Ah, yes, we could get this Lake of Stilled Voices Frozen Sanctuary upgrade. So I can now upgrade my Medusas to Medusa Sorceress, who should hopefully be a little bit more useful. Might as well do that. I've got the crystal for it, why not? Okay, there we go. Upgrade is done. So what does the Medusa Sorceress do? Ah, she is a mobile shooter. The creature can either move and then shoot, or shoot and then move. That's useful. But what about, like, how more powerful is she compared to the regular Medusa? So she does a bit more damage by the looks of it. Yeah. It's not an incredible upgrade. But it's not bad. I was hoping for some fancier effect than that, but hey, never mind. Also, where's the town music? There's the town music, okay. I was gonna say. Just stopped for whatever reason. And I remember the music from Heroes 2 and Heroes 3 and the towns being absolutely awesome. The problem is they've reused a lot of music from Heroes 6, so their game feels a lot more generic as a result. It doesn't have a lot of new stuff in that regard. I think there's some new tracks, but there's a lot of old ones as well. Oh god, don't get me started with Heroes 4. Heroes 4 is reviled for many reasons. I hated it. It was my least favorite Heroes game. Just having the AI bum rush your hero and just murder them because heroes could actually be killed straight up in that game was awful. I absolutely hated it. Okay, we're gonna go fight them now because I got the rally flag. I feel like I can do it. 122 Master Hunters with double shot. Ah! Okay, we want to be incapacitating them if possible. Okay, so they get to move last, thankfully, so at least we can throw some stuff at them. So if we could incapacitate them, it wouldn't even fucking matter. I mean, I guess it would, because it would allow my creatures to get closer. So we just aren't allowed to attack at that point. I did buff up my Frostbolt, so it'll now do a bit more damage. The alternative is that I can throw Fortune down on this and hope for a critical hit. So we're going to go and try that. Because I would like to incapacitate you, and I can't do that. Okay, never mind then. Alright, we might lose a bunch of dudes now. Because these Master Hunters can just chew up a stack of early game creatures really easily because they can shoot twice. Goodbye, my shades. Oh my god, it hurts so bad! Ah! And sometimes they get to attack again, so they attack 4 times, which is terrible. They're really, really strong. And I'm out of mana. Bollocks. Okay, then. And we got the incapacitate. Good. But we... If that cancelled... That better not have cancelled the incapacitate. It didn't look like it did, because they're... Yeah, I don't think siege units cancel incapacitate, even though it clearly says that they can't act unless they get attacked. I guess it doesn't count because it's not a unit. Alright, and I don't mind attacking here because their turn was cancelled, so it's all good. We'll just go with a regular hero attack here. Okay, so they're going to attack at the end, so I can get my guys in melee range first. I guess it would be absolutely terrible design if they had siege units which you can't control cancel out debuffs like that. But it wouldn't surprise me either. Nice, he's going defensive. That is good for me. Another incapacitate. That's nice. Wait, it did cancel it! It did cancel it! Look, the incapacitate effect is gone now. It fucking did do it. I knew it! I knew it was a dumb design decision. Thankfully, the AI is doing nothing but defending now, so I'm not taking ludicrous amounts of damage. They can't retaliate, so I might as well do damage with the Cthulhu guys. It did incapacitate. I saw the debuff, and then the debuff immediately disappeared. How it did trigger. I fucking saw it! I saw it! Don't lie to me. I'll look at the VOD. God! I should not even be having to remember that stuff. It should be obvious as to whether something happened. It did trigger. I'm sure it triggered. Absolutely sure it did. I saw the little thing pop up, and then the debuff immediately disappear when the siege unit hit it. All the animations are lazy. Like, that's the hero attack. It's nothing. I hope that the melee heroes actually do the good old, like, charging across the battlefield thing that they did in Heroes 6, but they probably won't. Actually, did they do that in Heroes 6, or was it Heroes 5 that had that? I can't remember. It's kind of... The flanking system is kind of neat, but it also results in this stupid dance between all of the units, especially if it's one stack versus one stack, where they keep, oh, I'm going to run behind you, then hit you. Oh, I'm going to run behind you, then hit you. And they're just, like, dancing over the battlefield. It looks silly. Well, we lost an entire stack of shades, but that's not really a big deal. And another level up. Very nice. Okay. So I guess I'll start working on prime magic stuff. Ooh, that's nice. I have Fortune, so that's worth having. Fortune is now cast in a 4x4 area. Oh yeah, I'll take that. That's good. And we will have what is in this pile of stuff. And we get a meteor crater, which is lovely, so we get 1 star silver a day. And there is they're guarding a treasure chest. We can go murder them. I don't think I have any mana. Actually, I do have mana because I leveled up. Fantastic. So I should group everybody together so they all get Fortune. Not that I don't think that really matters here, though. So put them there, there we go. So what are these dudes? Druid Elders. They have thorns and leaf daggers. Once per combat, the creature can shoot with full range at all enemy units in a line. Ugh. That's pretty brutal. Thorns cover a 2x2 area with wooden thorns. Enemy starting their movement there gets debuff. Okay. So they're probably not that powerful at range, right? Shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so I can now cast Fortune on everybody. Lovely. There we go. You know, some people played Heroes multiplayer. I never ever did. The only time I ever played Heroes multiplayer was in hot seat mode. I never understood it because that game takes far too fucking long to play. It's awful. You have to sit around waiting for other players to finish battles and shit all the time. I hate it. So I'm kind of surprised to even hear anybody talking about Heroes multiplayer. But apparently in Heroes 6 there was a problem with that because of the way the heirloom weapons worked. The thing is, like, I never played the multiplayer, so I never had any problem with heirloom weapons at all. I thought the feature was quite cool for the single-player stuff. It actually do quite a lot of damage. A frostbolt on one of them. We could wipe out an entire stack with this if we're lucky. Nice. There we go. Obliterated. That line damage is nasty, though. Thankfully, they can't do it too often. I'm not even impressed with, like, the little unit portraits or anything. They look really, really basic. I should actually just keep him there. He's not going to get into range in time anyway. Yeah, so I never played Heroes multiplayer as a result. It didn't seem like it was a good use of time. It's a game best played, in my opinion, in single player where you can take your time, and multiplayer obviously is the antithesis of that. Oh, we didn't lose too much. Lost 3 Medusa, which is not great, but we got a Dwarven Pickaxe for the offhand. Extra ore. We should build stuff. It's a level 19 dungeon. Should be like a capital, right? Yeah, and if I get 10,000, I can get a capital, which is going to give me 4,000 money total a day, I think. So I'm going to save up for that while I still can. Now, channel owners do get a free sub to their own channel. But mine didn't work for some reason. The Heroes series has got a real problem on its hands. It's got a very conservative fan base that likes particular things and demands new games. And yet, when anybody screws with anything, they get upset. So, whenever a game tries to innovate in some way, there's generally a fairly bad reaction to it. Now, I understand why some of the bad reaction happened with Heroes 6, because a lot of the innovation was at the expense of proper single-player, because they had the stupid Ubisoft online nonsense, which caused a lot of problems for people. But still, like, if you're not allowed to innovate, then why exactly do you keep making games in the genre at all? That, I suppose, is the big problem with it. It's like, I'm playing this, but I don't really see any reason not to just go back to Heroes 5 with the expansion. That had a lot more going for it, you know, because it had the alternate upgrades and a lot more complexity, and I preferred the way that Heroes leveled up in that game versus this one, although this is a bit of a hybrid between Heroes 6 and Heroes 5, although I've taken the alignment system out. I don't know, the alignment system, I guess, was pretty clunky, so I don't really miss that. It's really hard to figure out exactly, like, how do you advance this particular series without pissing everybody off? And that's a really tough question that they evidently haven't figured out yet. Like, the honest answer is, I just don't really know. But, I don't know, making the game look a little better than Hero 6 would have been a good start. You know, either completely reinvent the aesthetic or improve on what you had. And they haven't done either of those. Therein lies the problem. Okay, we can actually take out a small cave dungeon here. Ah, and there are items in here too. Yeah, I still think 5 was like the best step forward, but it's just a shame the UI was so god-awful for it, and it also had like long-term times as well. You know, this cave environment doesn't look too bad, although I imagine they've reused it from 6. It certainly looks better than the outdoor. Might as well just cast that fortune upgrade, since we have 2 ranged dudes. There we go. Alright, let's hope that you... No, okay. Looks like we're going to be eaten by wyverns. Oh, they have a behemoth in there as well. Ugh, that's unpleasant. And a cyclops, so these are all, like, high-tier creatures. But they don't have too many of them, thankfully. We are going to lose some dudes here, no doubt. Apparently there's a Shadow Steel generator on my map now. Good to know. Okay, I think we just try and absolutely murder this high-armored creature. We can't kill either of these right now, so if we kill this stack, we're in a good spot. And it's dead. That's great. And does that mean we get to attack again? No. Okay. Yeah, there is the... didn't Hero 6 only launch with 5 factions, I think? Yeah, it always seems like 2 steps forward, 1 step back with them. Okay, another Frostbolt. Can we kill one of these dudes? I mean, we can get pretty close, right? 166 damage. That thing has 420 hit points, so I'm going to be railing on that for a while. Oh, we incapacitated. That is great news. See? See? I knew it! No. No, that's not true. Never mind. That is the Cyclops. Okay, I'm wrong. Completely wrong. Never mind. We're good. That is the... That's that. And that's the other thing. Alright. Fine. We're good. Never mind. Ignore me. We can kill it, so we should. It's down. I'm suspicious of this game. It's trying to screw with me. Right, there's no incapacitate there because I didn't get a crit. That makes sense. That's fine. It's working as intended. Good. Let's not attack that giant creature and get horribly killed. We're going to lose a stack of something. Oh, actually only lost one dude. Not bad. That could have been a lot worse. Yes, I'm paranoid now because this game does weird things and doesn't tell me. So yes, I'm extremely paranoid. Okay, so with full flanking, we have a good chance of killing it. If we don't, we're going to take some damage. Alright, it's dead. Cool. Alright, so we lost, like, a Chthonian. I think we're fine. Worth it! And got items and skills as well. Alright, Prime Magic. Is there anything useful here now? Hero gains 30 mana after combat. That seems useful. Yeah, we're going to grab that. I need to increase her maximum mana because I have a really good spell and I can't use it yet because I don't have enough mana. Okay, we're now wearing the Bone Spaulders and we have the Dwarven Pickaxe. Sure, why not? And Ash's Will. Plus 3 hero damage per level, plus 2 health to friendly creatures. That's pretty good. Alright, we can't fight our way through here though. We've gone about as far as we can. I should really build the town portal actually. So that I can get back to town really easily, because this is taking forever to run back. And there's Shadow Steel around here somewhere, apparently. My video still hasn't processed, by the way. Yeah. It's taken over an hour. I've uploaded 2 copies of it, and they're both stuck in processing. Thanks, YouTube. You're great. I mean, if I looked at this game in a vacuum and ignored that the other games even existed, I'd say, hey, you know, Heroes is kind of cool, but man, like, the production values are pretty low, and this game is hyper-fucking confusing, and that's what I would say. But thankfully I have played the other one, so it's less confusing. I still think the game does a pretty poor job of reminding you of certain things. Alright, cool. So, let's build Town Portal, and then we can TP our guy right back. In the meantime, recruit more stuff. More Chthonians, more Assassins, more Stalkers. There we go. Get in there. Thank you very much. Good. Alright, that's a bit of a better army. Go and try and kill something with it. Now, where is that Shadow Steel we were talking about? Dragonblood, Star Silver. Oh, there's a teleporter there. Okay, I'm looking for the Shadow Steel. Is that it? Ah, the underground pit. Okay, so we'd have to fight through all of that in order to get that, so it's not something we can really do right now. Alright, so she can now town portal, I assume. But I guess I have to move my person out first. Okay, spellbook. No. Do you have to visit it in order to learn it? Yeah, you do. Okay. Fair enough, then. So, she can go and try and kill some stuff, and I'll send my other hero back to base. These are all still severe, though. Even with the army I've got, these guys are still really hard to fight. We need more dudes, evidently. Alright. Heroes of downtime and magic. Thank you. Taking a bloody time. Can I get another level of Magic Guild? That would be quite nice. Mage Guild 2, Mage Guild 3. Yes, we can. Cool. That's nice. Let's see what new spells we got. We got Liquid Membrane, which I already fucking have. We got Agony and Implosion, which I already fucking have. Ah. I have never really liked the random magic system of heroes, I have to fucking admit, because that is infuriating. It's like, yeah, I learned all this stuff from a shrine. Hey, let's build the next level. Oh, it's the same shit. Oh, dear. Could combine the armies, but, like, I think the best thing to do right now is to get back and just recruit new creatures. We haven't visited the tax collector this week. That would be a mistake. Upgrade my Medusa. Learn new spells. Well, at least you got Agony, which I have that buff for, so that's not too bad. Agony is now 4x4, so that's good. The first attack on a shadow image. I don't even know what a shadow image is. Or how you get one. But hey, I've got that, I suppose. We can now build a maze for Minotaurs. Ooh, fancy. That might be a good idea. Let's build the Minotaur maze. Probably can't afford any. Minotaurs. How much do they cost? 2,600 gold apiece. Pricey. Always nice to get a better creature, though. Visit the tax collector, get some more gold. I can't do anything with her right now, though. She just doesn't have the army to kill any of this stuff. We could recruit some elementals. They're 3,000 gold each. But maybe if I add a few elementals into my army, I'll have a better shot at it. Yes, damn random magic system. Because now they're, I mean, it used to be, I'm pretty sure could you learn, yeah, you could learn spells from shrines. Like, you can learn up to like 4 or 5 from a shrine at once at the moment. And then you end up building your mage guild and it ends up being the same goddamn spells that you just picked up. Alright, so what if we recruit some elementals? So these are 3,000 each, and they also take a bunch of different resources. It's like, these ones take 1 star steel each, these guys take 2 star silver. So I can easily afford those. Let's get, I don't know what they do compared to each other. Unlimited retaliations, immune to water. So, fire elementals do what? You know what would be really good? Is if this was a goddamn drop-down. So, I mean, this tooltip right here gives me stats, but it doesn't tell me what any of their special effects are. I have to go to the Heropedia to find that out. Ah, that's nice. They're AoE creatures. We should absolutely grab 2 of those, I think. There we go. That should buff that army up a bit. I'm not sure if that's still going to be enough to fight anything, but it's better than nothing. Maybe I can hang around there for the next day and buy some more. Yeah, we're good on... We can't recruit anything else this week. Build anything else. The black market allows you to buy and sell artifacts. Okay, that might be good, because I have some stuff that I really don't need. Buy and sell artifacts. So I have access to all of this stuff now, which looks like a lot of that is set piece stuff, so that's pretty good. And I only get 1,000 from selling that. I assume the Asher's Will is worth quite a bit. Apparently not. That's still only worth 1,000, even though it's a major artifact. That's also a major artifact. So I guess that makes sense. Okay, then. Does Agony actually do damage? I'm a bit curious to know that. Dark Magic, Agony... Yes, it does. Okay, so in that case, we're absolutely going to switch back to the Shadow Veil and do maximum AoE bullshit damage with it. You can set a hero as a governor. So if you put it there, then it's like it's part of the skill tree. If you like, have a look at that under... I think it was it had to be the other hero to do that. Yeah, because the might heroes for the dungeon don't get access to that, but the magic ones do. So if you go to skills here, you see economy. A lot of these have governor next to them. So if I have this hero as a governor, I can gain some benefits. They're not really great. I only picked those so I could get the bonus gold per day. But yeah, you can have governors. That's still deadly. That's average now. We could maybe fight that, but we'd lose so much. So I think we should maybe get a little bit more before we do that. It's about to be the next week anyway, so I might as well just buy more and then overwhelm them that way. Yeah, I have a feeling this game would be overwhelming for people that have never played the series before. There is so much stuff. Like, a lot of these skills refer to stuff that you don't even know about yet. It's like, hey, you know, this buffs this. I'm like, well, what is that exactly? I don't know. It doesn't say. What is it, the shadow thing? Yeah. The first attack on a shadow image will miss. What is a shadow image? I don't know. I try to click it to see if it takes me to the Heropedia. It doesn't. So I don't know what a shadow image is or what this buffs. So, yeah. It is a little confusing. That's for me, who's played a lot of the Heroes games. For other people, God knows how confusing it would be. I'm not going to build any more structures, actually. I'm just going to save my money so I can get a big boost of stuff next week. I don't know if they get EXP for governing. I have no idea. I haven't tried it yet. I mean, a governor is usually just you move the hero slot into the city so that the hero buffs stuff in the city, but doesn't really do anything else other than defend the city if the city gets attacked. Essentially acts as a garrison. Alright, buy things. Recruit new creatures. I think we'll focus first on getting a couple of those nice minotaurs, perhaps. Pricey, but worth it. And then recruit everything else. A couple extra trackers, minotaurs. I think we wait one more day, and then we'll roll out with this army. We should be able to take some stuff now. Yeah, the Heropedia is just really badly put together. It's not useful at all. If stuff cross-linked to other things, it would be useful, but it really doesn't. So you've got a list of, like, lore, which is obviously useless, heroes, and creatures. So what it was talking about with that shadow image and things like that, I have no idea what that is because it doesn't appear to be in the Heropedia at all. So that's great. Like, the Heropedia doesn't even seem to include basic game concepts, like Civ does, to tell you what each thing does. It's like, does a governor gain experience? What even is a governor? It doesn't tell you. It expects you to just know. I've tried some of the campaigns, they don't seem to act like tutorials at all. I don't know if the game has a tutorial. I'd need to have a look. Okay, recruit more dudes. Upgrade that, upgrade that, upgrade that. Thank you very much. In you go. And once we... Alright, that's a pretty nicely fleshed out little army, I think. We should be able to get something done with that. Can I take that dungeon out? Nope! Well, I can try, but... not really worth a hassle. Yeah, Inferno was in 6. Inferno was awesome in 6. It had some really nicely animated and designed units. Inferno is now gone in 7. And they replaced it with Dungeon. I have no idea why they replaced it with Dungeon. Because I find Dungeon to be one of the most boring factions in the game. It's like, well, you got elves, 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 and elves. Oh, you can also get a Minotaur. Here's some more elves. Yeah, Inferno actually was not like a straight-up evil faction in 6. They were just kind of like, hey, this is fun. We're doing dumb shit and blowing things up. But, I mean, the alignment system in 6 was really strange, so... Hard to even say. Alright. Have we recruited everything? Cool, we have. Alright. So be it. We can now think about building other stuff. Can't afford the Labyrinth Maze upgrade yet. I'm still working on these damn Striders, and... Ah, I can build a Shadow Steel refinery in my base. I had no idea about that. Well, that would make building Striders a lot easier. So I'll now get 1 Shadow Steel a day because I can build that in my actual castle itself. You learn something new every day. Okay, murder shit. Let's go. So this Agony spell seems really good. We should be trying to do some of that. I'm not really sure why I split my Minotaurs into 2 stacks. I should probably fix that afterwards, but hey. Alright, Agony. 16 deals 372 dark magic at the start of their next 3 turns, so it is a huge debuff. Here you go, have some Agony. Yeah, Dungeon was really cool in 3. It's not cool now. Ah, okay, yeah, because the Sorceress can now move as well, so... Not sure I'd really want to do that, but maybe we can move into better range. Don't want to be murdered by you, thank you very much. I get another attack by the looks of it. And an Incapacitate, very cool. Not that's going to matter, because I intend to kick the crap out of these guys. And she gets to move again? Jeez. That's a lot of mobility. Well, he's been incapacitated, so... He's not on the list anymore. But if I attack him, he's going to go back onto the initiative list, right? That's my understanding of it. So we're just going to move our guys forward. Alright. We can do some damage. I'd rather get closer, honestly, since we have the opportunity. So he's going to act right at the end of the turn, so we can just throw everything we want at him. And I can move first before I do that, which is even better. This is a... Yeah, I can now see the value of the upgrade for these guys. And there's another... Ah, that wasn't a crit. Okay, just used the cool cam for no reason. Alright, good to know. Not a brilliant... I'm out of mana. Alright, let's just do hero attack. 3 damage. Three dudes dead anyway. What's the Minotaur HP? Pretty high. I think I'd rather them try and hit the Minotaur rather than hitting my other dudes. Problem is I can't get close enough. So I'm going to take some damage. This should be a decent kill though. Not bad. Ooh, lots of damage. There we go. Agony just procced. Still lost 10 shades, but that's going to happen regardless, so I'm not too worried about that. They've got 37 HP each. I think the counterattack's probably not worth it, so we're just going to avoid that. Let's do some more damage. End that turn. Hero attack first before we do anything. I think honestly once Agony procs, they'll probably fall over anyway, so I actually see no reason to lose any more dudes here. I might as well just attack him at range and then let Agony finish him off. Minotaur probably won't die, but frankly, why risk it? They're expensive creatures. Because he's about to fall over anyway. Or not. Because I don't think Agony procced at all. I thought that was supposed to last 3 turns. Ah! They have Aura of Cleansing. They lose random negative magic effects. Good to know. I don't know if I was blind or not, but I never saw that effect actually pop up when it happened. It would be nice to know that. But never mind. Like I say, the game is complex. There's a lot of things to remember. They could just do such a better job of actually giving you that information on hand and allowing you to learn it that way, rather than having to dig into stuff like that. Oh well, never mind. Oh, missed a chest there. Yes, the victory screen just randomly jumped around for no reason. I have no idea why that is. New skill for Asbeth. For some reason. Okay, oh, I guess she leveled up. Okay, so what are all these upgrades? These are all, like, Shroud upgrades. I'm actually not even sure what procs Shroud. Yeah, all friendly creatures are now Shroud at the start of combat. So Shroud is a mechanic that lets you move through enemy creatures. So you can kind of position yourself well, and you can't be blocked in. Okay, is it worth picking up anything here? Probably not. What are these? Don't know if I really want those upgrades. We get some warfare upgrades, 100% health to the hero's warfare units, not that useful. What's worth having? War cries, no, we don't really want to do that. Destiny upgrades. Huh, that seems alright. Extra luck, can't argue with that. Alright, let's see what else we can murder. There is a magic guild there that will teach me a couple of things. Not sure if I actually want any of those things, but it may be worth a shot anyway. Have we recruited everything we can recruit? Yes. Can we build anything good? That is a good question. Can't get the Striders yet. It would be nice to try those out. I guess we can just fortify the area. There we go. I don't think Shroud is stealth. Like, I'm pretty sure you can still attack a shrouded creature. I'll have to double check that. Yeah. Shroud allows a creature to walk through any other creature. It's not stealth. You can still get attacked. It's like the, those ghosts that you used to be able to get, I think on the Necropolis faction, that were able to pass through people. I think it's like that. It's my understanding of it anyway. But you can buff Shroud up with, like, attack boosts and also, like, damage, so you can pass through people and hurt them. And you can also position yourself for a full backstab wherever you happen to move. So I think that's the purpose of it. You know, we've got a bunch of extra wood. Let's trade and get that Strider Pit. They did add a little bit. So this is the town defense screen. So they added a little bit to that. So it builds up a garrison at your base. As you can see, this is the size of the garrison, and at level 2 and level 3, you get other garrisons as well, and, you know, you can build towers and equip it with moats and all that sort of thing. But it's a little different to how it used to be. I think. It's hard to tell sometimes. Might as well buy one of those. Alright, let's trade anyway. Trade resources. We've got loads of wood that we don't need. Oh, we can now trade 10 to 1 for Shadow Steel. Sure, why not? I'll take us up to 5, and we can build the Strider Pit thingy. Strider Forge, there we go. Enables recruitment of Striders. Do they also require Shadow Steel to build? They don't. Nice. Can't complain. So what do they do exactly? What is a Strider? What does it do? Construct. Immune to blindness, immune to dark. So it's basically a reasonably tough melee creature with immunity to most spells. That's nice. Yeah, the towns do lack outlines. I've noticed that. Which is a little unhelpful, actually. I mean, the town screen looks nice, don't get me wrong, but actually using it like this, nah. Like, it's there for looks. You might as well just use these buttons here as a result. To be fair, Heroes 5 had a similar problem. Alright, so we've got a couple extra units. We can maybe wander out and see what we can do with that. Probably not too much, but we'll give it a try. I should really recruit a new hero as well, even if it's just to be a governor. I do wonder, because I wonder what, as someone mentioned earlier, do governors level up while they're sitting in towns? Because that would be really helpful. Because otherwise, leveling them up to even be useful governors would be very tricky. Yeah, it's interface issues for the most part. It looks nice, but it's not practical. And, I mean, there are some parts of the interface that don't look nice at all. Like, the Thieves Guild looks... This looks like shit. This is terrible. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with this. And I still think that this tech tree is nowhere near as practical as some of the previous games. List new heroes. Okay. Is there anyone available that's any good? They're all level 1. Heroes are like 4,000 gold now. They never used to be that much, I'm sure. So, I don't know what the hell's going on with that, but they are a lot more expensive now. Shadow Slayer. Control. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, I'm going to enlist her then, and she's going to be a governor in this town. So she's going to sit there, and we'll keep an eye on her and see if she gets any benefits from that. In the meantime, build stuff. Okay, so I don't know which one of these upgrades to go with yet. Medusae are good, but I don't know if the Striders are any good. I guess we will find out sooner rather than later. Let's go up to Fortifications level 2, just in case. Which now gives us extra garrison units here, Minotaurs and Medusa. Which is great. And it increases the HP of the walls and the gate. Doesn't seem to change the appearance of the outside of the town, though, which is a bit unfortunate. Yeah, I checked her experience. So she's on 0 right now, so we'll see if she gains experience by sitting in the town. Probably not. Alright, let's go fight this in the meantime. So we're fighting Justicars, which are Cleave. The creature always hits twice. Attacked creatures have the opportunity to retaliate after each hit. After the first hit. Opportunity retaliation. Creature gets a free retaliation on a neighboring enemy creature. Okay, so in that case, kite these guys. I really want to put the Minotaurs into one stack. There we go. So don't get into melee range of these guys because they do a lot of damage. I just think this was made on low budget. Like, I don't think Ubisoft gave it the money it needed. And as a result, they just worked with what they had. And it's just a really limited game because of that. I'll throw down Agony on 2 of these guys. So, I mean, the music you're hearing in the background right now is from Hero 6. It's not even an adapted version. It is literally the same music. And we incapacitate that. Not too bad. And that Justicar... Oh my god, Agony is so good. Oh, it's so good! 693 fucking damage. Wow. Well, you guys are screwed. We're not going to lose a single guy here, I think. Yeah, a lot of asset reuse, low poly models, poor animation quality, that kind of thing. Like, it looks like it was made on a pretty serious budget. And that's what's hurt it a lot. So they just worked with what they had. That's a shame. I mean, it's kind of understandable because I imagine these games don't sell all that well. But still, it really, really stings when it's obvious that the game was made on a threadbare budget. Everything is ugly about it. The UI, the polygon counts of the models, the texture quality of the terrain. The terrain all looks the same. The animations are really gnarly, I've noticed. I don't know what she's doing. Well, I don't know what any of that was all about, but okay, sure. Let's look at the combat log. Will that help? Just a car lost, demoralized, I guess, and then did nothing. Okay, sure, why not? Well, the remake of Home 3 was terrible. That's why I didn't make much money. It was missing half the content. Not to mention it didn't even look that good. Like, I would arguably say that the original aesthetic was better than the remade one. And it didn't have the expansions, so it was missing half the damn content. So of course it didn't do very well. Why would it? Yeah, I mean, full price for this is not gonna happen. You've got to be pretty delusional to believe that people are going to pay that. On sale, maybe, after a few patches, sure, but in its current state, no. Absolutely not. Almost everything about it feels cheap. Okay, let's get these Destiny upgrades. That seems alright. Let's get that. Go to the Magic Guild, learn Purge. I'm pretty sure we actually had an upgrade for that. There's a gold mine there. Well, let's go and murder this first, though. No, the game is not still in beta. This is a full release. I'm sorry to inform you of that. I would love to tell you, yeah, totally, you know, that's the reason, but it's not. That is a lie. Alright, let's see if this governor got any experience in the meantime. Turn times could be a lot better, especially on my machine. I wouldn't expect it to be this long. Loading times on the initial game are bad as well, which doesn't make a lot of sense, considering that I'm running on SSD. Yeah, so you don't level up at all if you happen to be a governor, it would seem. Although, for some reason, she moved outside of that. I don't really know why that is. Yeah, so they're not all that useful unless you actually go and fight with them. Which is a bit unfortunate. Altar of Broken Chains for Minotaurs. What is the... My best creature is the... No, that's an upgrade for that. The Mark of Melassa? No. Hero with Tear of Asher in the town. Yeah, so that's your ultimate building. Okay. Which you need the Tear of Asher for. Do I have the Tear of Asher? I thought I had something like that, didn't I? Where is my ultimate creature, though? I mean, I assume it's here. Yeah, so you can get Cave Hydras or Shadow Dragons. You've got to choose. Alright. But I can't afford either of them right now, so... Do I want to upgrade the Minotaurs? Yeah, possibly. Let's get the Altar of Broken Chains. So we can get more every week. But every time I click on that hero, it pops out of the governor spot, which I really don't want it to actually do. Alright, what are we fighting? Let's go fight this. 77 chaplains again. Alright, so just remember that they can remove debuffs. Handy to know. I think this is still going to take damage from Agony, though, I think. I hope so, anyway. Otherwise, we're not going to be getting very far. Move the Minotaurs in. I do like that range indicator, though. That's nice. When you move it to a specific distance, it tells you, gives you a little bit of an indicator as to how much damage the guys are going to do to you. Alright, Agony procced. Okay, that's good. Alright, so we'll lose a bunch of assassins, which is not a big deal. We get like 40 of those a week anyway. going to stay there. And just beat on him. I assume that he removed Agony now, though. Yeah, so he cleansed Agony, but he took 1 turn of damage from it, so it was still kind of worthwhile. Ow. They really do not like my assassins. They're going to kill all of them. Almost. Well, it's okay. The Minotaur can go and murder him instead. My assassins always get killed. Every time. They still have Shroud, but it's of no use anyway. You can just sit there and die. I'm going to have my Minotaur go and beat on them. Because he hasn't had a chance to murder people yet. Ow! Those guys are unpleasant. Huh. We might actually lose a Minotaur here. I don't have an immediate heal. Unless I can just straight up kill him. I could throw down more Agony. Do I debuff my own dudes with this? I hope not. Let's find out. Nope. Here you go. Have more Agony. You're about to hopefully die. There you go. Dead. Yes, those wondering as to lack of viewers for this, YouTube is currently broken and won't process any of my announcement videos, so nobody on YouTube knows that this stream is going on, which is the problem. Never mind. Dwarven Shield, okay. Which is part of a set. Now, that Tear of Asher. That's Asher's Will, okay. Do they... I don't even know how you acquire the Tear of Asher in this game. It used to be the case that you'd just have to dig up the Holy Grail and things like that, but I don't think that's the case anymore. Let's get more Fire Elementals. We can't afford them. Alright. Wonder if the LOL World stream ended up screwing up YouTube uploads. This game would not be good for first-time buyers of the series. I would strongly not recommend it for that. If you can deal with the gnarly UI, I still think you should get Heroes 5 Tribes of the East. It's so very, very good. And the turn times aren't as bad now because your computer is better relative to what it used to be. How much is Tribes of the East? I mean, Tribes of the East is $10, and it's a standalone expansion. It's really good. I love it. So I'd probably get Heroes 5 Tribes of the East. If I wanted an introduction to the series at its best point, it would probably be there. Apparently you need Oracle Shrines to locate the Tear of Asher. Thank you for that information. Good to know. Alright, I've got like 5 Fire Elementals now. 4 Fire Elementals. That should be good, right? Should be able to kill something with that, surely. That's an... Yeah, we're going to go try and murder that then. This hero needs leveling up anyway. That is a severe threat army with a gate to the underground. I really want this gold. That is also now severe threat. So I lost apparently enough dudes for that to be a problem. But how good is... I mean, Agony... Surely Agony's good enough to kill those guys, right? I don't want to risk it. Not worth the risk. All of these are severe now, I guess, from the people that I just lost. Probably all my assassins. Well, that's fine. I can Town Portal now, can't I? So, I'll just Town Portal and buy stuff. Not that we can buy too much stuff at the moment, but hey. Next turn. I think you can play the Dwarf faction. I'm pretty sure Tribes of the East included that. So there's 2 expansions for Heroes 5. One of them is standalone, that being Tribes of the East. The other expansion was the Dwarf one. I don't know if you can play the Dwarf faction if you don't have that. It's possible that you might not be able to do that, but honestly, like, losing one faction isn't really a big deal. Like, I still think that's the best value for money. There we go. Shade, shade, shades. Alright, so we've got a bit of a better army now. So, she can probably run off again and try and beat that this time. Average strength. Okay, we can go for it. In the meantime, can we kill anything with this army? I guess we're about to find out. Hammers of Fate was the name, yes. Heroes 2? Heroes 2 is really getting on in years now. I mean, you can still play it, absolutely, but... Like, that was the first Heroes game I played, and I played hundreds of hours of that game. So these are the Striders that people were saying have terrible animation on them, so I guess we're about to find that out, aren't we? I don't really have a huge army with this, but it's better than nothing. Okay, what's the... She's not much of a magic user. Doesn't do a lot of damage either. I'm just going to sit here being useless by the looks of it. I guess we just put Fortune on our best unit. There we go. Buff up the fire elementals. Alright, let's see how much damage these guys actually do. So they have a Nova to all units in target 3x3 area. Cannot be used while the creature is in melee. And they have a regular attack. Which does a pretty decent amount of damage, but I have a feeling we're still going to lose a bunch of dudes here. Probably my assassins. They always die. So, why not? Okay, so let's find out how bad the animation on the Strider is. Before I do that, let me turn down the speed of the combat. Because people are saying they're hilariously bad. So let's see if that's the case. I don't even know what that creature's supposed to be, honestly. It looks like a death mime. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. And they all died! Ow! Okay. Yeah, that is hilariously bad. You are correct. That is really, really silly. Justicars are pretty strong. I probably should have mentioned that. At the moment, we're just trying to beat on them and hope that they die before we lose too many people. Let's throw weakness down on that thing. Because I don't want to lose any more guys. The animation feels intentional, yeah, but it looks ridiculous. What they were trying to do is make the whole, like, creepy, stilted motion thing, but it just ends up looking silly, in my honest opinion. Ooh, a lucky shot. Nice. Good damage. Very good. Please don't kill all my... Oh my god, you are so good! I wish I had you in my army. And my assassins are out of range. I don't want them to retaliate on my guys, but... we gotta kill these things before they murder the rest of my army. Oh, it's gonna double attack! Ah! That is so painful. I'm gonna lose my whole army just to kill this stack. I guess we just throw down a fireball and try and kill a couple of them. This is why elementals are good. Ow. It hurts. He's attacking again! Oh, my Chthonians are down now. Alright, backstab. Good. We can finally kill them. Oh, Jesus. Stop it! Stop hitting him! It's too much. Why would you do this? Griffins are in the game. Yeah, but it looks like they're I think they changed. Griffins don't attack twice anymore, I don't think. They've moved that ability to Justicars. Alright, so Justicars are really, really good. Be careful and don't screw up again. Ugh, jeez. Ouch. That is painful. Alright. We could really use some upgrades on defense and all that sort of thing. Warfare upgrades. That levels up my warfare units to level 2, so that's helpful. But at least we get a crystal... Oh, we've captured the crystal cavern. Good. Didn't need those creatures anyway, I guess. Right, and she's running off to try and kill these elementals. I've not even risked auto-resolve. I never trust auto-resolve in any game, let alone Heroes. Because you can get so screwed by it. I don't let the AI do the battles. Zounds of Black Dragons. Jesus, is that a custom map? Zounds. For those who've never played the older Heroes games, it had some really interesting descriptions of how many units were in an enemy stack when you attacked a bunch of neutral units. In this game, it seems like it gives you a ballpark figure, so it's like between 5 and 9. Now, maybe that's because I have a building that lets me determine that, but in Heroes 2, until you got a bunch of skills and buildings to determine exactly how many units there were, they would describe them as like a few, a pack, an army, a legion, and I think the largest stack was Zounds. Zounds, I believe, was thousands of a particular units in a stack. And killing Zounds worth of stuff was nigh on impossible. And creature stacks can actually grow as well, depending on how long you leave them there, and by weekly events as well, so you gotta watch out for that. There's a passive skill, apparently, to learn that. Okay. Well, I don't think I have that passive skill, so I guess now it's just... They've changed it so that it just tells you how many there are. Alright, let's use Agony. Which is stupidly powerful, so... we should hopefully be able to hurt these guys badly as a result. Go for the stun. We don't get it, never mind. So water elementals have 120 HP each, so they take a little bit of killing. Alright. Oh, there's like a group of 5 assassins there. You are now the sacrificial lambs. You're about to get murdered by those elementals. Enjoy it. Scouting, I think, was the skill, yeah. Serious damage. That, like, killed half their stack. So, I'll take that. This is going to really hurt. Goodbye, assassins! I'm glad you are the target priority. And my good creatures aren't taking more damage than that. Go, Minotaur. I need to get teleported. The Minotaurs are so damn slow that I can never get them into combat. I need to think about that. Let's try and kill these stacks off. Just gonna try and finish them, I think. Can we cast another Agony? We can. We can actually throw it down on these guys. Okay, nice. So these guys should still have Agony on them, so they're gonna fall over. I need to concentrate on killing these. Now that I've got these down low enough, Agony should just kill the stack. No, I am not going to attack you right now. That is a bad idea. I'll let you take some damage first before you do that. Nice. That melted that stack and almost killed him too, so... yeah, my Agony might be a little bit overpowered. I've got to admit. It is really, really good. I've got several buffs for it and an artifact that helps, so that's probably why. You could split the stacks of assassins up. The main problem with doing that is that you can only have, like, 7 creature stacks in your army. So, if you can... There is a strategy where you can split up low-level creatures just to use as bait. But that means you can't have as many creatures in your army overall, which is not as good. Okay, Destiny upgrades. I think we're working on that. I have 2 skill points. Nice. I could go... Ooh... Alright, and Chaos Magic. The hero has a luck roll based on Destiny when casting a damage spell. A successful roll increases the spell's damage by 150%. Yes! I think that's a great idea. Thank you for offering it to me. Lovely. How do I not have enough movement? God's sake. Collect the stuff. Thank you very much. Go get that bonus. Yeah, it's not that I'm not enjoying it, because, I mean, I like all the games in the Heroes series to a greater or lesser extent. It's just, if you look at it critically, it's very hard to justify the asking price. It feels so last minute and slapdash. So many reused assets. A lot of cheap nonsense going on. Not a huge fan of that. Might as well teleport back to base again. There we go. Can we actually recruit anything, though? A little. Yes, we can. Okay, nice. These guys all need upgrading, though. Strider, you were not good. Admittedly, I did throw you into an awful situation, so I suppose I can't blame you too much. Can't fight anything out here. It's all too powerful. So back home we go. Yeah, this is my thing that I'm working on today because I want to try and get the WCF out for tomorrow. It's certainly a very weird franchise to critique, though, because people have very specific opinions on how it should work, and I don't necessarily agree with all of those opinions. Alright, that army's nice. It's very nice. We should be able to kill some stuff, I would assume. Can we kill that dungeon yet? Ah! So there's a lot of reward for that. There's actually an item there and a lot of cash. So it's a dangerous dungeon, but we'll give it a shot. It has the Starstone artifact, which gives me Star Silver every day. But it's got, like, 500 plus fucking skeletons in it. I think Agony... Does Agony work on them? Because if it doesn't, then I shouldn't... It's immune to poison, mind effects, and fear. I still think... Yeah, it's not immune to dark magic, so I can hurt it. Alright. As long as I can kill it with Agony, I'm fine. Look at all them. Alright. Let us murder them all using Agony. Because they're all in a nice big clump. Alright, the best hit we can probably go for here would be there. Can we get... Oh, we can get 4 stacks. Yeah, that's worth... What are these guys? Vampires. Yeah, we should hit those. Are they immune? They're not immune to dark magic, are they? Okay. Alright, we're going to hit them then. Alright. Agony. Oh! And a chaos magic roll. Oh, they are all going to die, and it's going to be so glorious. Yes, 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 yes. This is going to be fun. Agony procs, killing the vast majority of the vampires. Very nice. Hey, my assassins might actually live. No, I doubt it. You can stay right where you are for the time being. We can almost kill them. You know, I think Agony will probably slaughter those stacks. So you know what? I'm going to take this risk. The frame rate's dropped down here. Apparently the weather effects screw with it. That is one thing I haven't mentioned too much about this. The optimization of this game is pitifully bad. Half the ghost stack died. That's nice. Can't really complain too much about that. Will the Minotaur actually get to fight anything? Maybe. 22 casualties if we shoot that. Let's go for it. And that's the nice thing about the Minotaur, they get to attack first. But that is still a lot of skeletons. That's 166 skeleton hoplites. So I'm going to lose a few guys here. Agony was not quite as effective as I'd hoped. We're going to lose dudes. 53 skeletons died to Agony there, though. So our Cthulhu dudes are going to die, but I'm okay with that. And we have Deathcloak on them, which is always nice. We could do Implosion. Deals 12.5% of the target's creature damage. Total health is prime damage and pulls all creatures within 3 damage to it instant. I don't know if that's actually worth it. It's a 30 mana spell as well. It would only kill 12 of that stack. Yeah, I think, like, stick with Agony, basically. That still seems like the best spell I've got. I don't think it stacks, though. So I could throw Agony down here, but I don't think it would serve any practical purpose. I just want to throw Agony down on the hoplites, I think. And I do not want to fight those in melee just yet. Alright, there was one vampire who just died of Agony, so that's good. Assassins! Yes, do you really wish to attack a stack of 100 ghosts? No. But the ghosts are going to attack you, so you might as well get the first shot in. And we've got a lucky strike as well. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Very painful. We do get another attack. I think poison works against undead. And we can now finally use our striders and have them not suck. There we go. Alright, you're screwed. I just want to point this out. You're going to die. Your job is to sit there and take damage. Alright. They will retaliate pretty damn hard. I could get full flanking on them. I'm going to lose some Minotaurs doing this, but that is a huge stack we need to get rid of. Kill 39 of them. Lose another Minotaur. We get another attack, though. Can we get a flank on him? Not from there, no. Okay, guess we just hit him regularly. Yeah, we've already looked at the Governor feature. And that's not really a feature. Like, I'm pretty sure you could get Governor-style upgrades in the previous games. I'm not sure if you had to actually be garrisoned in the town, though. Alright, well, hopefully the Agony proc will murder everybody else now. And it did good damage. Please don't kill another Minotaur. We'd quite like to keep those. Oh, is Agony not on that character? Oh dear, that's bad news. I don't even know where the game music went. It just randomly didn't play. So that's lovely. Oh, man. Yeah, I think you need to stay in town now, as far as I know. But the problem is, the game never explains what Governor actually is. There's probably a game manual, but the actual Heropedia doesn't explain any of it. So I should look and see if the game has a manual. It might. Alright, wherever I go, I'm going to lose some guys here, so... It's just how it is. Might as well kill him. The animation on that unit is hilariously bad, no doubt. Goodbye, assassins. You die every time. That's good. We'll take that. Last chance of hero action. Can we do anything good? Probably just a frostbolt, I suppose. He's not agony debuffed yet, is he? Okay. Do we have enough for one more agony? Why do we still have full mana? I think it's because... No? Yeah, maybe. I think I've got an upgrade for this hero that restores mana on enemy stacks dying, so I think it's that. That's probably why. I'm going to assume that's why, anyway. Yeah, she's at full mana again, so I have to assume that's it. Where's the music? Why is there no music in this dungeon? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Yeah, as far as I know, the governor stuff needs you to be in the city now. But, again, I couldn't say, because the game doesn't tell you. I'm going to make the assumption that that is true. Yeah, I remember the estates bonus. You didn't have to be in the city for that. Well, we took a lot of damage, but we got a bunch of cool shit from it, so that's worth it. I don't know if I can wear this artifact. Yeah, it's an offhand. I'll swap it out for the pick. I actually have a lot of stuff. I should really trade this with another hero. There we go. You can have the Dwarven Pickaxe. Actually, you know what? We don't need ore. You can have the Dwarven Shield instead. There you go. And you can have the necklace. There we go. Bit more useful. Alright, I'm going to wrap the stream up, because I really have nothing else to say about it. Like, it's... I need to play... I'm going to be playing this for the rest of the day, so that I can get my video done, but... I mean, I think you're probably aware. I'm pretty disappointed with it, honestly. It just seems so last minute, and so unfinished and rushed. It's still a Heroes game, so I still enjoy it, but... It's not a good Heroes game. Which is a bit of a shame, to say the least. And my promo video still hasn't uploaded, because of course not. I mean, I've been streaming for hours at this point. Yeah, like 2.5 hours, but... Yep, that's that. Like I said, not brilliant. Hard to be enthusiastic about it. I will try and get the video done on it tonight. And I will see you next time.